Let's talk about.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome to the what is it? The What's Happening in Central Oregon podcast.
Yeah.
Gosh, we do a lot of media.
Episode 497.
I don't think it's not quite that high. It's not quite that high, but we are your hosts, John and Shannon Crom here with the Crom Real Estate team. Hi.
Hello.
And we're gonna get started with today's news and developments. Just things to talk about, keep you guys updated on the business news, development news, and whatever's going on. So what are we going to talk about today?
Oh my gosh. I think we're going to go over water.
Water? Yeah, we're talking about water. I think that sounds good.
We're going to go over rents at the new Jackstraw.
Ooh, okay.
And I think we got some like wildfire maps, regulations. I don't know. We'll
definitely
skim over that.
Well, we probably won't skim over it. It's kind of important. We definitely won't skim over it. But we are going to talk about
a new business coming to the old mill.
Cool. Yep.
And the controversy over Roundabout art in Sisters.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's good. It's going to be some high drama stuff there. I guarantee it.
Oh, riveting.
And we also have a big, I don't know, it's not really an announcement, but we have there is, this one's kind of, I don't know, it's not really near and dear to me. It's just shocking. But a major manufacturer here in Bend is leaving the city. So yeah, we'll talk about that too as we get into it. Let's go ahead and start with our first story. Oh, what do we need them to do out there? Maybe chime in, let us know where you're watching from, the audience. Mm-hmm. Hey, look, if you're out there, throw it in the comments. Where are you watching from? What's your situation like? Are you looking to move to Bend and you're getting some information, doing some research? Do you already live here? And you just love that this is kind of a sort of like a local news show where we kind of give you the info and the insights? Or do you just like hearing us banter back and forth? Because sometimes we get wild. All right. Let's go ahead and start talking into our first story, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it. Jump in.
Boom. All right. The Forest Service plans to do a land transfer with the city of Bend for a water facility expansion. So the water that we have here in City Bend comes from a treatment facility.
Up by Tumalo, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so it's a 15-acre facility. That's the land that it's currently on. Okay. And they're doing a land swap with the Forest Service at market rate, I think. That's what it says. I would like to see a contract on that. I want to see the real estate contract. Who's their agent? For 48 additional acres to bring into the city that they can use for water treatment stuff.
Because Bend probably needs more water.
Well, and that's the idea, is to continue to kind of future-proof our water needs here. Keep the taps on, right?
Yeah.
Because Bend is growing tremendously, and we do need more water. And so they're actually doing a bunch of things to with this upgrade. And it's not going to happen overnight, obviously, but it's interesting that the Forest Service, has land and they're doing a land swap with the city. And I don't know, it's probably a good thing that this is happening to kind of future-proof the water supply here in the city.
I mean, I had a conversation yesterday with a client that's moving here, and he's just like, so what do people do here? Do you drink out of the tap, or do you have filtration systems on your water? Is this hard water? Is this soft water?
Yeah.
And it is a hot topic when you're moving here, because from different areas, you would never drink out of the faucet, or you would have a giant filtration system because it's going to corrode your pipes and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely, we are blessed with the water we have and the quality, and that we can drink out of the taps. If you are like a redneck like me, I guess.
You drink from the hose. It's pretty good.
I'm like, I use a cup.
So so the other details are they're talking new reservoirs, wells, pre-treatment systems, and even wildfire fill stations. Wildfire water fill stations, I guess, if they need to fill up the tanks or whatever to take it out to protect, to fight wildfires. And then some security upgrades and a little in-conduit hydropower. That's kind of interesting.
There you go.
So anyway, I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a good thing. What do you guys think? Is that good to be expanding our water supply, or is water bad? We don't want water. I don't know. I mean, somebody might have
drama.
Somebody might have some interesting comments. Let's see. They're also planning a community meeting on the water facility expansion. Let me see. Do I have any details on that? Oh yeah, here we go. There's a water committee, the water community meeting at City Hall on August 27th, where you can ask questions and give your 2 cents. Cool. So if you do have some super deep,
if you do have your 2
passionate opinions, see, that's why I threw that up there. I knew people wanted
August 27th is your date.
Yep. Go to City Hall. You can complain to them if you have something to complain about, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to our next story. I'll pull this back up here. Deschutes County commissioners vote to repeal strict building codes on ADUs. Now, this is interesting. There's actually 2 stories we're going to talk that are kind of semi-related here.
This is the 2 ADU.
So, no, this is not 2 ADUs. 2 ADUs, I think we talked about last week. You can now have 2 ADUs in the city. This is county stuff. Now, if you don't know...
this has been a fight forever.
Well, no, this happens to do with the fire restrictions.
Oh, okay.
So here's the way this works. If you didn't know, you cannot have an ADU. You could not prior to a year ago have an ADU on your property if you were in a rural part of Oregon, in the county, in any of the counties, rurally, is that a word? In the county in Oregon. Now, the state said, okay, they passed some, the legislature passed some law saying you can now do ADUs in the county, but each county had to kind of come up with their own rules and regulations and building codes for that. Deschutes County was the first county to implement regulations in order to allow people in the county to have ADUs. Now, then it goes a step farther. So there are rules for having ADUs, but then because of this wildfire map that we'll talk about in a second that the state was doing, state was implementing this wildfire map. What that wildfire map does, everyone thinks it has something to do with insurance. It has nothing to do with insurance.
Insurance companies have their own map.
Yeah, they don't need the state's map.
Yeah.
But what that map represented was the lengths at which you have to fire harden your property. So if you're in a super high fire zone, according to the map, you had to harden your property. Fire resistant materials, stuff like that.
That and make sure that your trees are
exactly.
By what you mean by that is you make sure the trees are 10 feet away from your house. I don't know if that's the exact measurement, but that's just an example.
Yeah.
You can't have certain plants planted near your house. You need to remove, you need to have a sprinkler system, all that kind of stuff. So when
the county put in the ADU rules to allow ADUs in the county here, and I'm just trying to step through this so everyone can listen, can understand. They also tacked on these fire map restriction kind of rules on top of that. This story, they voted to repeal the strict building codes on ADUs. It didn't talk about how it has to do with the fire map. Oh gosh, there isn't even a story here. Look at this. There's not even really a story.
Is there even a story here, John? Is there even a story?
There's nothing on this screen here. But that's what it is. Basically, they dropped all the fire hardening stuff on the ADU requirements for building.
Because that's making, I can see it from their point of view. That's probably making it more cost effective for people by taking these rules away. But I also think that it is negating all of the other stuff that they're putting in place to help prevent wildfires from happening. That's
the double-edged sword, right?
Double-edged sword on this one. Because I do think that, by putting all these restrictions on it, by making the ADUs more preventative as far as for wildfire,
it also makes it harder to build.
Way harder to build.
Yeah.
The cost goes up.
Yep.
I do think ADUs in the county is a need.
It's a huge need. And other counties in Oregon are now kind of looking to us because we're the poster child for allowing ADUs in the county. The state says, sure, you can do it, but then each county, like I said before, has to figure out how to do it. And so since we're the first ones to do it, other counties are kind of looking at us now going, all right, how did you do your ADU rules? And we said, we've got these rules. And then we've got all these fire restriction rules on top of that. And it's like, well, yikes. So now they have pulled off all those fire restrictions. And now it's just kind of the basic set of
900 square feet.
Yeah, it's kind of the basic
has to be attached. All those.
No, within 100 feet.
Within 100 feet. Okay.
Not attached, but within 100 feet. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of rules and regulations for building ADUs, but now we don't have the fire hardening rules to go with them.
A lot of it just comes down to your septic, whether or not you can have an additional dwelling, like depending on how big your house is.
Yes.
Because septics are based on how big your house is, how many rooms, how many people, pretty much how much,
how much people are
he's
pooping.
He's going to say it.
How much poop people are pooping. All right. So that's kind of the thing on ADUs, which is great.
Yeah.
Until we get to our next story.
Okay. Let's.
So then our next story is.
Let's see the other side of the sword here.
Now that we've gotten rid of the state mandated fire map and hardening rules, because it's been officially shot down in the legislature, it's not going to happen. We still have wildfire problems. And so now Deschutes County, independently of the state, may pursue new wildfire codes.
This is for residential people on their property.
It's county. This is the
county.
county.
Yeah.
So Deschutes County is rebooting a similar effort of its own, which is, of its own based the wildfire map. So repealing the controversial wildfire map that assigned hazard levels to every property in the state, tying certain properties to defensible space requirements and home hardening codes. So that's all gone. But now Deschutes is going, well, we should probably talk about this, because would it be a bad idea to ask people with new builds or even with remodels and stuff to maybe fire harden their homes? I mean, yes, it may. And then we just talked about this on the other side. It's going to make it more expensive to build. Yeah. Probably. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult. There's more regulations on top of builds. But ultimately, is it not also a good thing to require people to kind of fire harden their house? That's a question for the audience, I think. Drop your comments. Drop your thoughts in the comments.
My opinions on that is I think everybody has their own responsibility to make sure that their property is cleaned up as a good neighbor, and also as a responsibility as a homeowner. They should clean up their property and cut it back, just because the more people that we have coming into the county, all that stuff, we have more people, we have more opportunity for fire. So. Yeah,
there's definitely, no joke, we've seen more wildfires in the last few years, in the last 5 years, than we've had previously. And it certainly is a very, large concern for a lot of people. This is definitely an interesting conversation to have, because, should you force people to
clear cut their property?
To clear cut their property. Yes, there are fire hardening lines at like 10, 50, and 100 feet or something like that, like of the property, and
just what you're supposed underbrush, to do all of that kind of stuff. Like, you have to rake it all up, people.
Yeah, and again, I'm all about people being able to do what they want on their property and stuff, but at the same time, you're right. It's probably, and then the other thing that this turns into is insurance mitigation. Like, insurance company wants you to be able to mitigate any of the risks, so you can mitigate those risks to get insurance on your own, or the county can also have these restrictions in place, or these building code kind of layers to help harden your property. So,
well, perfect example is that we had a client that purchased a property, and it was only a couple miles outside of town. There had a insurance binder. They went through the contract. They finished, closed, got the house. Insurance inspector came out to the property and said, hold up, we can't insure this property. And after they close, and they have to do X, Y, and Z in order for that insurance binder to go into effect, because the insurance inspector came out there and looked at the property and said, you need to cut these trees back away from your house. You need to clear up the underbrush. And they were able to do that. Luckily, their insurance premiums didn't go up, but it was after the fact. And that's a nightmare.
That's interesting.
Yeah. They are not Johnny on the spot as far as
we'll insure
timelines.
We'll insure you. Wait,
so, those things happen. And I think everybody just needs to kind of come up, times are changing. We got to clear up property.
Clear your brush, people. All right, moving on to the next story, and this one is kind of interesting. I don't really know that I don't know.
I am not shocked by this by any means.
Okay.
I think I've had a lot of coffee today. I have a lot of opinions.
So you guys all know the Jackstraw development. It's that big old building, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-story building. It looks like they're in the box factory area there off of Colorado and Industrial Way, between Crux and the box factory there. really big development. We've got some really cool businesses coming into the lower level. There's parking down below, a little bit of parking, not enough probably. But anyway, these are apartments, and the apartment, the rental rates just came out, and people are like, what? It's a little more expensive than anybody was expecting.
I'm not shocked.
So
I feel like we talk about this building every other podcast.
Probably. It's a big part of it's again, but that's okay. But that's the thing about it. This is one of the hottest parts in town right now. This is one of the hottest areas in town right now. This is the bridge. So the Old Mill District for a long time has been a very popular part in Bend. And obviously downtown has been a very popular place in Bend. And this box factory area, I don't even know what to really call it, is like the bridge. And it's in the Jackstraw in Colorado and Arizona right there. Like, it is a super happening place. And so when there's a lot of demand, this is just like in real estate, like what we do every day.
Location.
When there's a lot of demand, rents go up. I mean, if you wanted to be in the coolest part of town, there's a price for that.
Yeah.
So it looks like Killing Pacific is asking on average $1,900 for a studio. Studios don't have like rooms. It's just a living room.
You have 4 walls, but you just don't have walls inside those walls.
That's right. $2,200 for a 1-bedroom, almost $3,400 for a 2-bedroom, and almost $3,900 for a 3-bedroom apartment. Overall, the going rate for rent when averaged across all unit types in Bend is $1,847.
Yeah.
These things start above that.
Yeah.
A studio starts above that. So these are expensive. But again, like we said, and so there's people on here, they do the news story and there's like, oh no, they're more expensive than everyone thought. This is going to be tragic and it's so expensive. It's supply and demand, right?
Yeah.
Market. This is the market doing its thing.
Well, the market will dictate whether or not this is the going rate they get.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
if nobody wants to rent from them,
they will adjust accordingly. And, if they fill up immediately, then the market was okay with it.
Exactly.
So
the market was okay with it. That's exactly right.
I think it's location. I mean, when this thing gets filled up, the businesses go in, Cascadia goes down the street. Like this is going to be a high-end area. I mean, I think of like the Pearl District, when I think of this area, maybe not,
Yeah. Oh, you're not wrong. I think this is going to continue to be one of the most popular areas in town. This may actually kind of flip the script and be the most popular area in Bend.
It's a great area. It's walkability. You got a store, you got the grocery store there. You got everything you really need. And, once that Hawthorne Bridge gets put in and stuff, you can go wherever you want from that area.
Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly. So drop us your thoughts. Let us know what you think. Do you like that area?
Are you surprised by this?
Are you surprised by rents being higher than projected? And is that somewhere that you would like to live? That's actually really the question. Is that somewhere you would like to live?
Yeah.
All right. Let's move into this one. This one's actually an interesting story.
Roundabout drama
in Sisters. But this is your neck of the woods, right?
Heck yeah.
This is Shannon's from Sisters. And so we've been hearing the gossip from family and friends in Sisters because they've all got opinions from the locals. The Sisters Council rejects the Red Rock statue for Roundabout. So there's a story about a bull that couldn't be rode. I mean, it could not be rode. And then a legendary cowboy named Lane Frost from Sisters rode the bull. This is like
the bull was from Sisters. Lane.
I thought they both were.
I don't think Lane was from Sisters. He was a pro.
Okay, so this is kind of this is like history. This is Sisters history, Sisters culture, Sisters lore. Yeah. Right. This is the stuff of legends. And so we've got this new roundabout art coming to Sisters right now because they have those 2 roundabouts. And we have
2 roundabouts, and one already has art, and then this is the one that's coming in from Bend.
Exactly.
And it's people are just saying that they don't want a giant bull.
Well, what people are really saying is they don't like it because it's so the city council actually voted. So this is the whole thing is like they want to do this statue. Okay. Yeah. And then they said, well, the statue is too expensive because we only have this much of a budget. Then
they get a private donor.
It's like, well, we got the money for it. Mm-hmm. And then the city council said, okay, well, no, because of it's not going to be safe. And so now the city council actually voted for, there's 5 city councilors and 4 of them voted no. And basically what they said was like, they think that this is a safety concern because they're worried if they put this big old bronze statue in the middle of the roundabout, that people will be darting across traffic to take a selfie with Lane Frost and the bull. Okay. I mean, anyway, point is there appears to be, this is what we hear on the local side, widespread support for this. Everybody wants this. Yeah. This is part of Sister's history. And the city council said no. So we're trying to figure out, it's a little bit interesting.
And they have other options for roundabout art.
Yeah. Okay.
Did it say it in?
I was going to see. I had a couple of notes in here. I just got to find it. And I'm a little bit out of
right there.
Boom. Okay. So 4 of the 5 members voted it down. A piece of history, tons of local support, but a no-go. Instead, the city council wants to just landscape the roundabout for now and set up an art advisory committee to guide future choices. Again, I don't know why. From what we've heard, there's definitely a lot of support from this. If you're from Sisters and you're watching this, sound off. Get in the comments and start blowing it up. Is there support for the Red Rock Bull and the Lane Frost, bronze?
Or would you like to have a giant quilt as your roundabout art?
Yeah, there was some discussion that some people were like, well, why don't we put something else instead of a bull and a cowboy in there? Why don't we put some
certain people quilting? Were saying that like, this is not what Sisters is about. I'm so sorry. Quilt show, rodeo, jazz festival.
There you go.
Folk fest.
I think a giant
I think it's
bronze
beautiful
of somebody on the bull would be better than that. Yeah. So I'm with you. Here, let's just pull this up.
I mean,
I think that's awesome.
I think it's cool.
All right. I guess you guys know where we stand on it. We're in support of it. I can't. Yeah. 4 to 1.
Yeah.
Like, they voted it down big time.
I mean,
if somebody wants to jump
in
traffic. You don't want
something that's like, I mean, I kind of get their whole like people are going to run over and take pictures of it, but I don't know.
Yeah. All right. From one roundabout to the next. Ben, this is actually breaking. This just came out this morning. Ben starts designs for roundabout widening at Reed Market and 15th Street. So there's a lot going on at Reed Market right now, right? We've got the railroad crossing, and now we're talking about this roundabout here. And there might even be and we've also talked about the roundabout at Reed Market down by Bond Street too, right there in the old mill, how that's kind of a cluster all the time. Reed Market's just a hot mess, isn't it?
I think they
this is the roundabout we're talking about here, 15th Street. There's the expressway right there. There's the Ben Senior Center and the Larkspur Community Center. Yeah. This roundabout is really only a 1-lane roundabout.
Have you ever ran across and took a picture with that artwork?
What is the artwork there? I don't even know. I have not run across and taken a picture with any artwork.
I mean, the flaming chicken is
a pretty good one.
Yeah.
But it's so big, you don't have to take it.
People are also noticing that the beaver logo in the roundabout too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That I have seen some people take notice.
Safety concerns. Better abolish all roundabout art.
Well, why are we putting art in the middle of roundabouts if you don't want it to be noticed?
Okay. So right here, the Reed Market, they're going to expand this to 2 lanes. Now, this is this is like probably 2 years away from actually doing it. And it's really only 1 lane. Yes, there's the 2 lanes. When you enter it, there's 2 lanes, but there's really only 1 lane that kind of carries you around. And so they're saying that they want to, open this up, get more traffic flowing through there. I honestly have no idea if that's going to help. I hope it's going to help.
I don't think that they understood how much development was going to go along Reed Market and how much congestion that was going to happen.
Right. Well, but all of this is the big thing. I mean, this is
Reed is a cluster.
This is going to be so many. There's going to be like 4,000 homes out here. Isn't that wild?
Wow.
I mean, you can see that, but really, we're looking at the Stevens Ranch thing if you're just listening. But this right here, this entire square is going to be homes. That is a lot of homes. And so this is truly going to be a really congested roundabout. And then, of course, right here, we've got the railroad crossing right here. This is also going to happen. So anyway, that's interesting. They're going to work on that, and they'll get back to us on that, I guess, right?
From roundabouts to Jackstraw.
Is that
let's go to shopping.
Let's go shopping.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's do this. Do you know about the company Madewell?
Yeah.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
I'm not shocked.
I don't. I've never even heard of this.
Yeah.
National fashion retailer Madewell is set to open in Bend's Old Mill District early next year. I got two things that I got to admit I'm a little confused about.
What?
Well, Victoria's Secret closed.
Yes, and moved to the outlet mall.
They moved over to the outlet mall, and like Warby Parker moved in, and they've got glasses, so, spectacles. Yay! Yeah. This place, Madewell, is also going into the Victoria's Secret spot.
Well, remember it had two doors there. This was pink, and this was Victoria's Secret.
I see that now. Yes, actually, this was pink, and this was Vicky's, and this was Vicky's. I think they had 3 bays in there.
Yeah.
So, all right.
They were probably paying a huge
premium. Well, yeah. Now they're over at the outlet mall, and it's a lot cheaper. I'm sure.
I'm sure of it.
Anyway, Madewell's coming in, and they're taking over 4,500 square feet. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Full line of men's and women's clothing, including its signature denim. Denim. Oh boy, denim is popular right now. Just ask what's her name, Sydney Sweeney or whatever.
Oh goodness.
Just ask her; she knows. Denim's popular right now. All right, so that's going into the old mill, but it's a bigger part of this whole larger thing with the old mill, right? They're doing the big expansion. Mm-hmm. There's tenants coming and going, like we already talked about. Warby Parker's coming in, and Vicky's on the way out, and Sister's Coffee Company actually wasn't too long ago. They did their remodel. There's a lot happening down in the old mill, keeping that place really popular and keeping a lot of people going on down there. By the way, have you been to the audience? If you haven't been to the old mill during a really big concert,
oh yeah,
what a zoo!
Yeah.
I mean, wow,
it's fun.
Yeah, we were down there for the Lumineers, and we weren't going into the concert. We were just walking around, and
so was everybody else.
The entire city was down there. It was wild. All right, let's see. We're coming up on time here, so let's talk about one of the last stories here that I think is really kind of interesting, kind of almost a sign of the times, really. We hear from people all the time that we're like, oh, Bend's becoming too loud, too noisy, too expensive. We want to move somewhere quieter. And that's actually what one of Bend's oldest and longest running manufacturers is actually doing. The Bend ammo manufacturer Nosler is moving to Redmond. And when I first saw this story, I was like, yeah, sure. Okay. They're probably expanding to Redmond. Maybe they needed some extra manufacturing space, My
understanding is they had a location in Redmond and they had their Bend location.
Yeah, I think they've had a place there, but Bend is kind of where they're headquartered.
Yeah.
But according to sources, they're full-blown moving. They are full-blown picking up shop, picking up the headquarters, everything, and they're moving to Redmond. So this is kind of interesting to me. It's really just the very south side of Redmond there by the airport. They've got a big building going up over there. So, depending on where you live, sometimes it's moving from like the very heart of Bend right there, right off of Columbia. And they're moving to Redmond. Check that out. Actually, part of the Nosler campus on Columbia, it's already under contract to be sold.
Yeah.
And then 3 other buildings are still on the market. We should look at those and see what they want for those guys.
$6 million.
Yes. One for $9 million at 107 Southwest Columbia. That currently houses manufacturing and distribution, a retail outlet, and corporate headquarters office off the company, and another at 95 Southwest Columbia for $6 million. That is a distribution warehouse. I wonder how big that is. Interesting.
Yeah, these are all. I mean, that's prime location. I mean, it's for Bend and the growth of Bend, and anybody who wants to stay in Bend,
Yeah.
I'm sure Interesting.
So when you really think about it, we've got Nosler moving to Redmond. We've got Amazon's putting a hub in Redmond. There's a lot of manufacturing going on that kind of southeast side of Redmond
by the airport.
And I think that's only going to continue. And I think that they're going to, land's a little cheaper, buildings a little cheaper. There's just a lot more room out there to do what you need to do. But I guess real quickly, we could also talk about NoCo, which NoCo is north of Cooley, which is in the Juniper Ridge area, right by Les Schwab there off of Cooley and 18th. And there's actually a new kind of a commercial industrial area over there that's being put up by Taylor Brooks.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of, it's actually like medical, it's like high level commercial manufacturing, high level industrial. So there's like medical, pharmaceutical stuff going on there. So it's almost, it's kind of funny. It's like, there's kind of the bougie commercial going on in Bend with like the high medical stuff. And then there's not as much the traditional commercial or industrial going to Redmond, but everyone's kind of shifting right now. It's definitely an interesting time for Bend and Redmond, Central Oregon economics.
Okay.
Got some interesting things to say about that or not really?
Not really.
All right. Well, look, that was it. We usually wrap these things up right around the 30-minute mark. We're at 31 minutes. So thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you guys got some good value out of this and know a little bit more about what's going on here in the area.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
Yep.
If you know of anything that you want us to talk about or look into, just drop a comment down below.
Heck yeah.
We'd love to hear your opinions on these things and all the roundabout drama there is going on.
And if you don't like waiting for 2 weeks to listen to this, you can always go to our Instagram channel, What's Happening Central Oregon, where we put daily content on there talking about all things that are going on, just sort of like this channel. A lot of it's going to be overlapping. You're going to see a lot of overlap between the content that we talk about, but go check that out. And then again, you can always throw your comments in there as well as to what you want to know. We get DMs in there all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, can you figure out what's going on over here at this corner or what's going on over there? And we have a lot of fun looking it up for you. So thanks so much for watching. And remember, if you or somebody you know is looking to buy or sell here in the area, real estate is actually our #1 game. Yeah. And we would love to be your local real estate resource of choice. So you can reach out to us at cromrealestate.com and we'd love to hear from you.
Perfect.
Thanks, guys, for watching.